Welcome to episode 97 of the Your Revolution podcast. Today we're with Nathan Tieppo from Momentum Performance Training. Make sure you check out revopt.com.au/podcast for the exclusive content and a free 4-week training plan. That's revopt.com.au/podcast. Check it out. All right, here we are for episode 97 of the Your Revolution podcast. We are here at 36 Fennell Street in Port Melbourne at Momentum Performance Training, personal training, interchangeable. We'll call him performance training for today. I'm here with Nathan Tieppo, someone I know very, very well. You're going to get to know him a lot more after today. I'm really nervous. We're doing an FYF session. He'll explain what that's all about. Fingers crossed I survive and we actually get the interview in the can after this. But looking forward to bringing you another big episode today. Let's go. All right, Nate from Momentum, here we are for an FYF session. Firstly, what's FYF all about?
Fucking your Friday.
Yes. What have we got on the menu today, mate?
Today, we've got 3 people here for it, so it's going to be a 10,000 metre ski relay. We're going to load the sled up. Guys are going to have body weight on the sled. Ladies are going to have 50% of body weight. So one person's going to push the sled, one person skiing, one resting, change over every time the person completes the sled push. Ooh. So the longer they take for that sled push, the more you're going to be suffering on the ski.
All right, good luck, let's do it. So we're past halfway. Wish me luck.
Too much.
That was definitely a solid hit out. Earned my lunch, off for an intermission. We'll see you shortly for the interview. Okay, we are here for episode 97 here at Momentum Performance Training in Port Melbourne with Nathan Tieppo, the head honcho here. Nathan is a university graduate, strength and conditioning professional, personal trainer and group trainer, seminar speaker, educator and motivator. Anything I've forgotten? Just about covers it, beautiful. Nathan is the head honcho, as I said, here with his sidekick Nicole at Momentum Performance Training, along with Odie, who's across there on his dog bed. You might be able to see him in some of the footage. We'll make sure he's in the video.
Worn out from watching us train.
So he's had a big morning so far. Hopefully you're going to get a chance to check out the YouTube clip that's associated with this. Will obviously be on Facebook as well. Nathan's just put me through a bit of a torturing workout here this morning, his FYF session. In the video he explains what that's about, just fuck you all Friday. Today we had, what was on the menu, Nathan?
Ski relay with some sled push. So it's 10,000 metres between 3 of us. Body weight sled push for 15 metres, change every time. Hit that 15 metres.
It's pretty horrible. I survived. I managed to keep my breakfast in. Very happy with that. Just. Then we've nailed a nice burger to refuel and back into the podcast today. So really wanted to interview Nathan, who's one of the first people that I took over with for the podcast. Nathan's been a big part of what Revolution personal training has become. Someone I've known for probably about 13 or 14 years now. It's been a long time. I've had to put up with him. He's been a huge part of what we've been able to evolve and become, and I'm super happy with the success that he's been able to achieve with Momentum, which is his own business. Nathan and I met about 13 or 14 years ago playing football at St Albans. Snowlands in the western suburbs here of Melbourne. Pretty soon after that, he was one of the first additions to the Revolution team, and I've seen him grow into one of Melbourne's best strength and conditioning coaches. Someone with a loyal and hardworking following and community of his own. Nathan, first of all, welcome. Tell us what Momentum Performance Training is all about.
Well, yeah, it's basically a community of people that have tried to create just people work hard, better themselves. I guess the whole momentum thing is gradually just getting better and better and better, and as things get better and better, they just keep rolling on and improving. So,
Awesome.
that's what we try to do with everyone here is we're going to be walking through the doors, like eventually, hopefully people never leave, but when they do, they're a lot better.
Absolutely. And what type of people do you work with here? Who are your clientele? What sort of people do you, what people make up that community?
I've got a bit of a mixture of everything, so everything from just your everyday mums, Nicole runs a mums class, so obviously mums have the right to be their best too, so strength and conditioning for them through to some athletes, so we've got some recreational athletes that play footy, some surfboat rowers, just some people that are going to achieve their best in their given sport, and work hard to get fitter and stronger for that.
Yep. Quickly on the St Albans Football Club, I hear some rumours that you might be back playing again this year, is that true?
It's still on the cards. I'm just waiting for pre-season to finish, so I can just walk straight to round one.
People who know Nathan well will understand that he's probably not that keen on doing the running work these days.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Just, I guess, yeah, kind of flat out at the moment, so if we can fit it in, I'd love to.
Yep.
Just see if this whole body can hold up to it.
Oh man,
Yeah,
probably able to play some super rules or something like that.
Just holding out for that. So
That's it.
We've got a couple of years to go.
Get a fake ID.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned in the last episode, I've actually next weekend got my first Masters level competition, so it's a sad day.
Speaking of which, I've
Sad
heard a little rumour you might be playing some Masters footy this year.
One of our mutual clients is trying his best to get me across the board there, so we'll see what happens. Doubtful.
He's confident he'll get you across the line.
Yeah, he's a persistent man. So most people will know you, or people that do follow you on social media, I guess, which is hopefully a lot of the people that are going to be listening to this, are going to be people that know you as the jacked strength athlete. But many of these people won't know that you're also an Ironman, and I don't mean the superhero version of the Ironman, although you're pretty well that as well. But you completed the Melbourne Ironman. Tell us a little bit about your journey to complete that, and then how have you gotten to where you're at today?
Yeah, I suppose like 6 years ago, started getting into like a little bit of cycling and caught the bug. So just ended up we did a few 50k rides together and did the Ironman as a team one year, which you actually did the ride for that.
Yep.
I did the swim, and yeah, I guess things just kind of kept snowballing from there. Like just kind of got the bug, and the year we did it as a team, had a bit of Ironman fever, so the next week I registered myself to do the individual one.
Keep the momentum up. Keep the momentum up, okay.
I'm seeing,
yeah.
like that.
Okay.
And then just built into that over the course of probably 12 months with swimming, obviously cycling, running. But it was a tough kind of gig. It's a lot of hours that has to go into preparation, so managing like full-time work, training, and like not so much family life, but relationships outside of that at the time. Just managing all that was a lot of work.
Injuries along the way as well. I know you struggled a little bit with something that's been pretty persistent, like a calf through that. Yeah,
just had a lot of calf issues, which is one of the reasons why I ended up stopping from playing footy in the first place a couple of years ago as well. So I'm not sure the exact pathology of it, but basically it's almost like a severe cramp or spasm, so the calves just eventually lock up and can't really run continuously after that.
Which makes it tough trying to get through 42 Ks.
Yeah, but then like 2 or 3 days I'm fine, 2 or 3 days later I'm fine, so especially on the long runs I was doing, just managing that and breaking it up in terms of maybe running for 2 Ks, walk for 500 metres, run for 2 Ks, walk 100 metres. Just as all building into things, and it was just more about covering the time the distances required as opposed to really focusing on getting it done in X amount of time.
Yeah.
Just the volume for the legs, especially training lead up.
Yeah. And what did you learn about yourself through that process? So I'm assuming doing an event that takes you, I don't want to put too much of a addition onto your time here, I think around about, say, 11 hours, 10 and a bit? 10 and a bit?
Technically, I think it was 10 and a half, but they did cut the swim a little bit short that year, so...
Yeah. None of what you're doing, like obviously you can't
yeah, I didn't choose the conditions. So,
That's right.
But yeah, probably would have been around just that a tick over 11 hours. Probably would have been tracked before.
Yeah. So anyone doing anything for that amount of time, you've got plenty of time in your own head where you can learn a lot about yourself. Do you find that doing that event, doing something like that, enabled you to really build a lot of mental fortitude, strength? That's Odie as well. They might hear.
It's great. He wants his little piece. Yeah, definitely. Like it's, as I said, it's a lot of hours put into training and focusing. It was 4 hours of running followed by 6 hours of cycling every weekend for 6 months, and then on the day when it was actually 11 hours of work, it's just you inside your own head talking to yourself and making sure you kind of push through and just knowing that there is a finishing line in sight, breaking it down and just ticking it off 1K after the next, after the next.
So those mini goals that make up the big event.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of how I got through it, and just focusing on what's right in front of your face. Eventually, it breaks out into the big picture.
Nice. That's good.
Just is you right?
Yeah. Odie, do you want in? So from there, did you find then that once you got through an event like that, that workouts like today that then go for 40 minutes start to become easy? Is that something that you learned through that Ironman process? That, like applying yourself to something for 11 hours, then anything, like obviously stuff is going to get intense at any point. You're going to find that things are hard, you have to go within yourself. Workouts when you're pushing yourself to that point of wanting to give up is when you learn most about yourself. But you are able to then really put things into perspective. When you're doing something for 40 minutes, when you've been in the hurt locker for 11 hours, it doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah. And obviously, when you're doing something for 11 hours, it's a freaking long time. So knowing something like today that only goes for 40 minutes, like it is going to end. It might hurt for now, but you kind of just put up with the suffering and endure it, then it is going to be over. Over eventually, but the thing, especially in the FYF sessions we like to do, it's kind of the sessions that you don't really want to be doing on your own. It's that team-based kind of thing. So with today's one, like knowing that someone else was relying on you to actually get your ass off the ski, get on that sled, get it done quickly, so they're not there just putting all the work in while you're bludging on the side and resting.
That team aspect is really what brings the best out of people sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, which is something we like to create here, especially for our general population clients. So a lot of our sport-specific clients and the athletes that we train in here, they get that on the weekend when they're playing footy and or racing and surf, but they've got those team-based kind of things around them that they're training for, so they can get that when they're actually competing. For the everyday person that doesn't have that, like sessions like this, I guess their way of really competing in something and having that motivation to push on because someone else is relying on them to do something.
Yeah, definitely. See you later. So moving forward from that Ironman experience, he's off. He's busy.
He's got his fault. All right.
So, university at Vic Uni, double degree in sports administration and exercise science. Then moving into strength and conditioning coaching, personal training. You also spent a lot of time at the Port Melbourne VFL team. Obviously, those experiences working at the real pointy end of performance help you on a day-to-day basis then with your clientele here in the gym. Are you finding that there's a big difference between people that are really performance focused and your general population, or treating them all the same? Because regardless where you're at, do you find that that really helps people push forward in their day-to-day life, or do you really treat those performance people and your general pop people differently?
In terms of mindset and the way we approach training with them, that's we treat them all the same. The only difference might be, as I was saying, like those sport-specific guys, they've got a sports plan on the weekend, so we're probably not going to do a session like today with them because it's going to destroy them. They're not going to be able to perform optimally when they actually need to. But yeah, in terms of the way they approach training, everyone has a goal they're training for, a result they want to achieve. So it's our job to get them from point A, work towards those goals to achieve them as best as possible and as quickly as possible. Like the fairer and stronger we can get anyone, the better they're going to be at their sport, at life, at anything they decide to throw their hat.
Absolutely. And you see people come in here and getting them fitter and getting them stronger, you see how that really transfers. I know this is something that I really notice with everybody that comes into the gym. As they start that process, training starts to become a real motivator for them to achieve a lot outside of the gym as well. You find that happens a lot in here?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, we've got, where we're located, there's a couple of offices and like corporate buildings around. So we get guys that they sit at the desk all day and never really moved before they come in here, start training, and then start achieving some great results in here, getting stronger, getting fitter, hitting some good numbers with all their strength and the ergs and that sort of stuff. And then that propels them to want to do the 10K run or a marathon or like a roundabout a day, something like that.
Or even more in their professional life.
Yeah, just pushing. Like, the more you can achieve here, it just creates that whole performance mindset of like, if I actually put the work in, the results are what follows.
And like what happens in a workout like that, like it might suck while you're doing the work for that amount of time, but there's always an end goal. There's always, you can set yourself those small little goals, get through each effort, and it's the same with work, the same with your professional life, the same in training. You can get through those little tough spots and see the light at the end of the tunnel. You spent quite a lot of time in Salt Lake City working through your Jim Jones certification. Tell us a little bit about that whole journey.
Well, I started probably first come across Jim Jones like 10 years ago when I was doing the stuff in the 300 movie. My brother was a bit of a movie buff, so he was like researching all the info they were putting out around that time. And I was training with him at just like Globo Gym at the time.
Nothing with that.
Just doing our meathead workouts back then, and he started showing me a few of the things those guys were doing, and like I kind of got stuck into it from there, and loved doing, I guess, that more functional based training then, which kind of progressed onto, I guess, a lot of the functional stuff we used to do, and then kind of watched Jim Jones for 5 or 6 years until they were running their fundamentals course in Perth 2013. So I thought it was a great opportunity to actually get back into it and find out what the nuts and bolts were really all about. And things just kind of snowballed from there. I loved the way they trained, the philosophy behind it. I found a lot of what they did. It was stuff I already knew and I was doing at the time. I just never put 2 and 2 together as to the how and why and the philosophy behind it. But it kind of just encompassed everything that I was already doing and believed in. And it was kind of there on paper. Just kind of
created that framework for you to follow.
Just helped me align myself with, I guess, something that I really enjoyed being a part of.
Probably put you in touch with a whole heap of like-minded people within the industry as well, I imagine.
Yeah, especially from that first day, there's still a few guys that I've kind of went through the whole process with. We still keep in contact now, and like whenever they're in town or I can head out to Sydney or anything like that, it's always good to catch up and sail through a little bit of a workout.
Yeah.
Someone wanted to fill out an interview, but it's always good fun. And it's also just like the trips out to Salt Lake City have been good the last couple of years. It gives me an excuse to take a break and unwind and mentally relax while doing something I still really enjoy doing, furthering my own knowledge and like networking with other people in the industry who are pushing, I guess, the cutting edge and pushing the boundaries. Yeah, pushing the boundaries of what people are actually capable of.
One thing, she was here when I arrived today. Nicole, your partner, as well as someone who you work with very closely day to day. It must have its challenges some days, but overwhelmingly it seems like it works pretty well between the two of you. I know I'm not sure if I would be cut out to do it, but do you have any tips for anybody looking to do the same, work with their partner?
Don't do it.
Don't do it. I'll put that in the notes today.
It's actually really good. So when Nicole started working with us, she was in a bit more of a corporate office job and just hated every minute of it. Actually us working together has been a lot. It's good for our relationship. It's good knowing that every little bit of work we put in is creating something bigger for ourselves. And I think it also helps strike a nice balance between the training styles that we can offer here.
It's a very different background to you, isn't she?
Yeah, she's got a big dance background, so she's been dancing since she was about 3, and she just uses the strength training she does in the gym to help her dancing, get a fitter and stronger for that, which is, I guess, that sports specific kind of stuff as well. Then she does also have a softer, more friendly touch to me, so especially she relates really well to a lot of the women and mums that come in here. Whereas I prefer working with a lot of the footy guys.
Thanks for listening to this week's podcast or viewing this week's podcast. To get the full content in the podcast episode, jump on your favorite podcast app and search Your Revolution. For the exclusive podcast content, don't forget to go to revopt.com.au/podcast. That's revopt.com.au/podcast. Check it out.